Hi guys, welcome to McKola TV. This is the preview for game week 3, the last Premier League weekend before the international break. Now, first of all, I'm going to have a little moan about this fucking international break. Just 3 weeks into the season, we're going to have an international break. 3 games in. Are you serious? We've had all summer. Do we really need an international break at this time? Now, I know we've had it for years. I know we always have this international break. But it is one thing that really grinds my gears. As soon as we get into the swing of things with Premier League football, we have an international break again. And then we do the same. We get back into the swing of things with club football. And it's another international break. I bloody hate these things. But guys, let me stop moaning. And let me welcome you guys to the Premier League preview show. As you can see right there on the screen below my face. And next to me as well. We have got a subscriber counter today, and I want to see that hit 39,700 by the time we finish this stream. So if you're not subscribed to McKola TV, if you're not subscribed to youtube.com/McKola, then what are you doing? And make sure you hit that button right now. But guys, we have got a lot to talk about today. We have got plenty to talk about. And before we go any further, I am going to dive into the comments as well. So just bear with me. I'm going to bring some of your comments up. Hope you guys are all doing well. What games are you looking forward to this weekend? There's plenty of games on show. Obviously, United are on television tomorrow. 5:30 p.m. UK time kickoff. United are on television then. So make sure you're checking that out, and I'll have reaction from Old Trafford and all that good stuff too. So keep it locked to McKola TV for plenty of reaction to the weekend stuff. Getting into your comments, Faye says, good idea on the counter. Thank you very much, mate. Hi, Adam. Hope you're doing well, says Noah. I am doing well. Cole says, thoughts on Zlatan's return. I've already done a video on that, and you guys can go check that out as soon as we are done here. Jo says he likes the World Cup qualifiers, so he's not of the same opinion as me that they are useless. Hate international breaks, says Liam Hershey, who's also having a little moan. And Shantanu Biswas says hi. Hi Mark, hi Mazook, hi Shantanu, Robbie, Timbo, Dave, Cole, Nikki, Little Baz, Ramas, Amy. Hi guys, how you doing? Hope you're well. I'm Adam McKola. This is the Premier League preview, and I can already see the counters going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. What a madness. You guys are crazy. I know some of you are just sitting there hitting unsubscribe, subscribe, subscribe, unsubscribe, watching it go up and down. You've had your fun now. Leave it out, yeah. Let's see that hit 39,700. We are only 325 away from hitting the target of 40k, and then we can set our new target. Clinton says, how's the Fantasy League? And we will give you the Fantasy League update on the table. There's been more movement in the table since my last Premier League review. And of course on my team as well, because I have made a transfer. So I'll let you guys know who I've brought into the club. I say the club. It's FC McKola. It's fantasy football, so it's not really a club, is it? But still, let's have a look at the fixtures this weekend, guys. Here are the fixtures, as you can see, right next to my big ugly head. We've got Bournemouth against Man City. We got Crystal Palace against Swansea. We got Huddersfield against Southampton. Newcastle against Brighton. West Ham. Watford against Brighton. Man United against Leicester. Chelsea against Everton. West Bromwich Albion against Stoke. We've got Liverpool against Arsenal. Tottenham, Burnley. And that's the weekend's football before the international break. What a weekend of football we have got. Now I'm going to start with the early kickoff on Saturday. And that is Bournemouth against Manchester City. Now, once I've gone through all of these games, I will, of course, let you guys know my predictions for all of the games as well. So don't you guys worry about that. At Gaming, thank you for the lovely comment. Coutinho deal off after Dembele, says Raf. I'm not too sure, to be totally honest. I think they would want both. 40k before Christmas. Come on, Ulrich. We've got to be doing better than that. We've got to be doing 40k before September. Otherwise, what the hell's going on there? We've been stuck on this number now for a while, so hopefully it'll continue to climb. We've got over 100 people in at the moment. Keep hitting that like button. Keep hitting that like button. Jay O'Connell says, go on the field. What are you on about? Go on what field? What are you on about? There's only one David Beckham since Ulrich. I was watching MUTV today because I was watching the Jose Mourinho press conference and was watching the Leicester game from the 1999 Premier League season, 98-99, when David Beckham played there. United won 4-2. You could just hear the crowd singing, "Only one David Beckham," because there's a lot of people that are obviously against David Beckham at that time because it was just after his sending off in France, 98. We will be talking about the Liverpool-Arsenal game in what I have titled the Battle of the Dodgy Defensive. So make sure you're keeping it locked for that as well. We'll get onto that later. But as I was saying, Bournemouth against Manchester City now. A lot of people go to Bournemouth and think, oh, you're going to have a difficult game here going to Bournemouth. And that usually is the case. And I think they will get a few results at home this season. But Bournemouth haven't started the campaign off great at all. They've not looked strong. They've not looked like they've had many goals in them. They've lost against West Bromwich Albion 1-0. They lost in their last game as well. I forgot who they lost against, but they didn't have the best of results. And you're looking at, they lost at home against Watford. So you're looking at Bournemouth at the minute, and they aren't doing great at this moment in time. And then Manchester City are going there. Now, obviously, Manchester City dropped points against Everton. But even with that said, you still expect Manchester City to go there and turn these guys over because Bournemouth just don't look like they have any goals in them. And Manchester City do. Now, of course, on the day, Bournemouth could turn it on. They could play very well. And they could get a result against this Manchester City side. It's an early kickoff. Anything can happen in those early kickoffs. And I hate United playing in those 12:30 kickoffs. They do my head in because we've had so many bad results in those games down the years. And I don't know if I remember them more because of the simple fact that, you know, they're bad results and you always remember the bad results. But they were just really annoying. I hate early kickoffs. So, yes, it could be a bad game for Manchester City, but I genuinely believe City will get a result here and go into the international break with 7 points out of 9. They obviously won their opening game against Brighton. They dropped points against Everton at home. But I think in this Bournemouth game, they will get a result. And Eddie Howe's side have got an awful lot to do to get back on track because they're just not looking like that team that we know they can string good passes together, this, that, and the other. But they haven't really done anything else. So, yeah, I've been disappointed with Bournemouth so far. And I think they're going to have to do well to get a result against Manchester City. So much so that I don't think they will get a result. Right, let me see what your thoughts are on the Bournemouth-Manchester City. Dwight Gale to score twice versus the Hammers, says Jo. Everybody get liking the video, says Ulrich, you're damn right. And everybody get subscribing. Can we hit 40k over this weekend? Eric won 600 nicker at the bookies today. Nice work, mate. Vegito came here to help Adam for his predictions. Come on, Vegito. What are your predictions for the Bournemouth game? Now, Sahil, tonight is the Manchester United against Leicester City preview. So I'm going to be doing that later on today. So don't you worry about that. We'll be doing the Man United preview today. This here today is all about these fixtures alongside me and making sure that obviously we go through those first because this is the Premier League preview, remember? So your comments coming in nicely. Anyway, moving on from that, I think Man City will get a result, which is disappointing because over the course of the season, you'd look at Bournemouth, one of those games where you think, oh, they could just do us a few favours at Dean Court. They could get us a few results, but unfortunately not the case at the moment. Moving on from that into Crystal Palace against Swansea. Now, Crystal Palace have lost both of their games this season. Love to see Timothy Fosu-Mensah getting plaudits while he's been there. They're saying he's played well in all 3 games, which is great to see, despite the fact that Crystal Palace have had bad results. Now, I think against Liverpool, they should have got a result. Christian Benteke missed an absolute sitter. I don't think Liverpool were really at the races that day as they had one eye on that Champions League playoff. And you looked at Crystal Palace that day, failed to take their chances, and then Liverpool got the result. And you just thought like a Sam Allardyce side would have got a result in that game. And I think you need to give Frank de Boer time at this moment. You have to give him time. You have to allow him to settle and get his team playing the football the way they obviously want to be. But I think you're going to see a lot of inconsistency in results. I think one day you're going to see them batter teams. One day you're going to see awful performances because of the fact that they're changing pretty much everything, the way they're doing things at the club. And Frank de Boer's brought in that kind of total football kind of thing. As for Swansea, they were poor against Man United. Well, I say that. At 1-0, they looked like they could have got a result. And just before United got their second, I was thinking, oh, I hope Swansea don't get a goal here because that would be really annoying. And then United go on, win 4-0, and it looks a lot better. But I think ultimately, I think Crystal Palace will find it easy here. Swansea just don't look like they've got any goals in them. They've obviously lost Sigurdsson, who didn't play this season anyway. And I think Frank de Boer will get his first Premier League win under his belt at home. You'd like to think the Palace fans will be up for this game. And I think they'll get a comfortable victory. I'm going 3-0 to Crystal Palace for this one, I think. Or at least 2-0 anyway. I've forgotten what I've put on the the next slide that I'm going to show. So I do think Crystal Palace will win this game though. What do you guys think? Faye says Swansea must be missing Gylfi Sigurdsson right now. He scored an absolute cracker for Everton the other day. An absolute cracker. It was a great goal by Gylfi Sigurdsson. Get hitting that like button, guys. Get sharing. Get commenting as well. Get your result predictions in. And of course, get subscribing. We are targeting 39,700 by the end of this stream. So I want to see that number climb up by 23. Sorry, right then. Paul Pogba Player of the Year, says Kumar. Hussein, don't tell me anything I don't know, mate. They're full of bollocks down there. 0-0 Palace domination, but no good, says Rishi. Sounds like a Louis Van Gaal game, don't it? Come on, lads, hit the like button, says Gregory. Juan Mata, says Gerardo. For Ballon d'Or. Can't see that happening, mate. As much as I love Juan Mata, and I would love to see him holding that up, I cannot see that happening at all. So, yeah. Anyway, moving on from that one to Huddersfield against Southampton. Now, obviously, this game, Huddersfield go into it as favourites, and who would have thought that? Genuinely, who would have thought that? Southampton haven't done great at all. Yes, they beat West Ham, but they beat a West Ham side that were down to 10 men and had fought back from 2-0 down. And they didn't make it comfortable at all. And Southampton don't look like the team that we've known them to be over the last couple of years, which is really annoying. For them, anyway, not for me. I don't give a shit, you know what I mean? I don't care if Southampton don't do well, but it's really annoying in the terms that this Southampton side, you know they can be a lot better. Now, they always lose players, which is unfortunate for them. They've got all the talk about Virgil van Dijk and all that, which is probably causing a massive distraction at the club. But I think ultimately, you have to expect better from Southampton. And the simple fact that Huddersfield going into this game are deemed favourites says it all, I think. It says it all. And I think Huddersfield are going to get a result, yeah. I really do. Wouldn't be surprised to see Southampton put it out of the bag because you know they have that in them. But I just genuinely can't see it happening. And I think it's going to be another win for Huddersfield, which would make it an awesome start for them. 3 wins out of 3 if they manage to get a victory here. And that would be a dream start for Huddersfield. They would be 25% of their way to safety already, which I'm sure is their target for this season. So, yeah, interesting what's going on at Huddersfield at the moment. And I predicted them for the drop. Was I wrong there? What do you guys think about Huddersfield at this moment? Comment. Let me dive in. Come on, guys. We still haven't got 100 likes. Akshay thinks it will be a 1-1 draw between Huddersfield and Southampton. Huddersfield started really well, says Ulrich. They need to get relegated ASAP, says Triple T Kuss. Ronak says, hey, how you doing, Ronak? How you doing? Well, I don't think Arsenal will get relegated because they're still a top team, says Veggie. I don't think they'll get relegated either, mate. I think they're safe. Arpit says Huddersfield for the title, so he's getting a little bit carried away there. Gregory says, Adam, if Fosu Mensah has a good first half of the season, could he be recalled? Now, I think he could be, but I think that would be a worry if we did call him back. The reason we've let him go on a season-long loan is because we feel like he needs a season in their first team. And if that's the case, I'd like to see him get a full first team. Now, of course, if we had injuries, we could call him back, but I don't think that will happen. And I think it's for the best if he just gets a full season under his belt. So I'm happy for Fosu to stay there, regardless of how well he does or doesn't do. Parisi thinks Southampton should have done more. Duray says Huddersfield 2, Southampton 1. Sanchez is a poor man's Hazard, says Huddersfield have a better chance than Newcastle to stay up. Hull won their first 2 and they played well. You never know what will happen, says Dave. I have seen latest power. It is peak as well. It's absolute madness. And will Van Dijk start for Southampton, says Faye. I'm not too sure about that one, to be totally honest with you. And as we move on from that, we move on to... By the way, guys, what's going on here, man? Well, what's going on? I need to get used to where things are on this screen. My computer screen's on one side, but when I point to it, I have to point away from it. So I have to learn. That's fixtures. That's subscriber count. That's fixtures. That's subscriber count. I have to get used to that. Right. Random shit. Yes, Rashad, how you doing? Shudville says, how long can Huddersfield go on a winning streak? Let me check their fixtures. Let's have a look. Come on, get hitting that subscribe button. I know not everyone here is subscribed, man. Fucking do it. Wait, come on. Fix it. Huddersfield have Southampton, West Ham, Leicester are their next 3 games. Southampton and Leicester at home, West Ham away. There's no reason why they can't do that. There's no reason at all why they can't go unbeaten until... Even then they've got Burnley, Tottenham at home. They could go on a run, decent run. So fair play to them. Absolutely fair play to them. Interesting stuff from Huddersfield. Well done to them. And on to Newcastle now. Newcastle's been an interesting one because Newcastle, they came up with Rafa Benitez. Haven't really improved their side. Much anyway. And they've come up and they just haven't done enough. And you just look at them and you think, where in their side are the goals going to come from? I think Joselu looked good against Huddersfield, but even then he didn't score. Had a great chance. I like Jose Perez. He's a decent talent. But they haven't really got the talent there where you look at them and you think, yeah, these lot will stay up. Because I just look at these guys and I think, nah, they're not going to stay up. They're going to go down. And they're not showing in their performances that they've got anything about them to stay up at this moment in time. And there's a real fragility there. And Rafa Benitez hasn't had help in the transfer window. They haven't made many, if any, signings, which must be frustrating for them and Newcastle fans. And coming up against a West Ham side who have improved, and they're going to be without Arnautovic, of course. But Hernandez, who's getting goals for them now, they lost against Southampton, but I think that result would have given them confidence because of the way the game was going, 2-0 down, 10 men. They got back in it, unlucky to concede a penalty. Well, they weren't unlucky, it was a silly mistake by Zabaleta, but they conceded the penalty and they lose. So that would have still built their confidence up because of the fact that the performance was better. And I think West Ham will go there and get a result because of the fact the pressure is on Newcastle. Like, you'd think Newcastle would be going into the season newly promoted, all this joy and happiness and excitement going into the season. But because they feel like they've been here before, seen it, done it, and they expect better, there's going to be a real negative energy around the crowd if it stays 0-0 for a while, if they go 1-0 down. In any games, obviously against the big sides, they're not going to expect to win. Their fans aren't that stupid. But against the likes of West Ham, the Huddersfield, the Southampton, when they're playing these lot at home, their fans are going to be expecting to win. Regardless of the fact that these lot have just come up, they're going to be expecting to win. And I don't think Newcastle have got a team that is able to deal with the expectations of their support. And I don't think the club has backed Rafa Benitez properly in the window to be able to stay up in the Premier League. And I wouldn't be surprised if they went down. Now, obviously, I predicted them to stay up. But at this moment in time, it's looking iffy. So, remains to be seen. But I think West Ham are going to win this game 2-1. I predicted them to win at Southampton. But I think they will win this one. Let me get some of your comments on that. Close to 100 likes now. Thank you very much, guys. Get hitting that like button, close to 680 as well. So get hitting that subscribe button, and thank you very much to the handful of new subscribers that have come through. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate all you old guys as well. I really do appreciate you. True Geordie is getting annoyed when watching Newcastle, so Simon Chilwell. I agree, and wouldn't you just as well? Newcastle going down, says Gonzalo. The Tesso, who's captaining Kane this weekend? I haven't got him. What am I doing when I reach 40k, says Killian. Shall I do a random Q&A, so nothing football based, or whatever you guys want me to do? Comment it, and then whoever gets the most likes in their comment, I'll do that suggestion. I think that's the best way to do it, so let me know. But I'm thinking of doing a vlog tomorrow at Old Trafford for the game between Man United and Leicester. So let me know what you think about that as well. Do you want me to do a vlog? Get your comments in on that, and I can do that for you. The only thing I won't be doing is filming my face during the game. I can't be doing that during a match. I like to watch the match and focus on the match and take the match in. I haven't got time to be filming myself during the game. I've done it for finals and stuff, but I don't want to do that in this game. So I will do a vlog, but I'm not going to film myself during the game. Dye my beard red, says P. Bassey. A random Q&A, says How 93. I can do that for you. When are you going to be in the True Geordie? I don't know, mate. I'm Adam McKola. I'm not True Geordie. Jesse, I'm not here to troll, says Vegito Blue. Vegito Blue's not here for troll. He's normally sound. Sub counter way, says Jay O'Connell. Do the vlog, lad, says Nassif. I'll test it out and do it this weekend for you. So with a lot of content at the moment, guys, I'm testing content out. You'll notice I've done the weird wide webs. You'll notice I've done the Premier League previews, the Premier League reviews. I've done a 5 reasons why Zlatan's a great signing today. I've done other videos, so I'm testing things out. So if you do like content, make sure you're liking it and you're sharing it and you're commenting, because the better it does, the more likely I am to think you guys like it and you want me to continue doing it. If not, then some things may eventually hit the scrap heap. So keep it locked and keep your feedback coming in. Calvin says do a Q&A. Sounds like you guys want a Q&A. So what I'll do is on one of my videos, I'll let you know to get your questions in for the Q&A, and then you can go and do that. Moving on now to Watford against Brighton. And this big game for Chris Hughton's men. Big game for Marco Silva's men. They got 4 points out of their opening 6. Brighton have lost both of their games, which obviously disappointing for Chris Hughton. But they had some tough games as well. They had Man City in their opening game. And then where did they go away to? I can't remember where they went away to. They went away somewhere. Let me see. Let me check right now. Brighton lost to Leicester last time, so they've had difficult fixtures. Obviously, Manchester City, Leicester City isn't easy. Isn't easy at all for any teams coming up into the Premier League. And Brighton now going into this game, they'll be thinking they can get a result, but against the Watford side managed by Marco Silva, who I stupidly predicted to go down. I don't know why. I forgot all about Marco Silva. But the fact that Watford coming into it 4 points out of 6. They'll be looking at this game as a must-win. And what I feel with these sides, like the Watfords, like the Crystal Palaces, like the Huddersfields at home, it's the games that they must win that they seem to always slip up in. Dealing with that pressure, dealing with that expectation, dealing with, teams just sitting there and saying, all right, come and beat us. Some teams don't react well to that. Some teams are better when they're the underdog. So the fact that Watford are the favourites here is an interesting one. Because now, how do they approach the game if it's 0-0 at half-time, if it's 0-0 after 60 minutes? How are Brighton going to approach the game? Are they going to look to hit them on the counter-attack? How are they going to set up? So it's the expectation that can kill these teams like Marco Silva's Watford. Yeah, they'll do well in games against Liverpool, and they'll go away to Bournemouth and win. But at home against Brighton, are they going to do it? So big questions to be asked, but I think they will do it, to be totally honest with you. And then we come on to the Man United-Leicester game. And like I just said, the preview for the Manchester United against Leicester game is tonight at 9 p.m. So make sure you're joining us for that. Moving on to now the Chelsea against Everton game. I'm going to get your comments read as well. Remember, guys, preview tonight, 9 p.m. UK time for Leicester versus Manchester United. Tomorrow, we'll have live reaction from Old Trafford to the game. I'll come home. I'm going to do a vlog if I'm staying up late for the Mayweather-McGregor game. Do you guys want me to do a video for Mayweather-McGregor? What do you guys think to that? Also, Sunday, I'll put the vlog up. I'll do the Aftermath live. Monday, I'm going to bring 5 things we learned. We're going to do the Premier League review. So we've got loads coming up for you this week. And I've got a busy week as well. I'm going away next weekend. So I've got a busy week ahead. We have hit over 100 likes now. So thank you very much for that. Actually, I think it's going to be Watford 2, Brighton 0. 3-1 to Shillian. 320 more subscribers till 40k, says John Cap. You are right. We need 317 more. But I'm happy if we get 17 more while I am live tonight to get hitting that subscribe button. What time's the game tomorrow? 5:30 p.m. UK time. Peter says yes, do it. Is that in regard? What's that in regards to, mate? Sorry, Peter, I can't keep up here. Zlatan vid was great, Max, says John D. Thank you very much, mate. Taking my time out to do a few bit different things as well, not just live streams. So I made an effort with that Zlatan video. Hopefully you liked it. Check it out if you haven't, and leave your comment and your feedback on that. But moving on anyway to the Chelsea versus Everton game now. Mr. Wayne Rooney scored his 200th Premier League goal against Manchester City. And it's interesting that his 50th, his 150th, and his 200th goals in the Premier League have come against Manchester City. But that goal got Everton a point. Maybe they could have done better with the way the game had played out, with it going 1-0, 10 men. And then, obviously, I know they went down to 10 men towards the end. But I felt like in the second half, Everton were poor. Now they're going to a Chelsea side after a difficult trip to Croatia on Thursday. How are they going to freshen up their side? Because they played a very strong team. They had Schneiderlin, Sigurdsson, Rooney, etc., out against Hajduk Split. And Ronald Koeman is obviously taking the Europa League very, very seriously. Is he going to put all his eggs in that basket? Have they got the ability to be able to deal with that? Now, obviously, with the international break coming up, with it being a game a week so far, and it's just, you know, they've only had it's the start of the season. People are still in pre-season mode. So maybe they can handle these games. But it'll be interesting to see how the likes of Rooney reacts to playing week in, week out football and having Europa League, Premier League, Europa League, Premier League. Will he eventually start starting games on the bench for them? It remains to be seen with that. But coming up against Chelsea, Antonio Conte's side, the pressure is going to be on them to get a result. They got a great result against Tottenham Hotspur at Wembley. But in their last home game against Burnley, they weren't good enough. They lost 3-2. They cost themselves points. And I think looking forward for Chelsea, they need to keep it going, because at Chelsea, they tend to crumble very quickly. But if you keep the results going, you keep the wins going, no one can say shit. But if Everton win, then the wheels fall off again, and you go into the international break with that negative feeling, 3 points out of 9, and Chelsea have all that negativity around them again. Interestingly enough, I think the Europa League game is going to take it out at Everton. I think they'll start off well. I wouldn't be surprised if they did score, but I think eventually Chelsea's freshness will come through, and I think Chelsea will get a result, probably 2-1 or something like that in this game. So I think it will be an interesting game. I'm hoping Rooney gets another goal, his 201st Premier League goal. But I do think Chelsea will get a result in this game, in what is another great game on the weekend. I'm looking forward to Sunday's football. Hopefully we can come back from Manchester United's game, go home, chill out. Obviously Mayweather-McGregor, have a sleep, wake up, and then we've got Chelsea-Everton, Liverpool-Arsenal. Some great fixtures to watch on the weekend. So I'm really looking forward. I'm so happy that Premier League football is back. It feels so good. Close to 200 people watching and over 118 likes. So thank you very much for liking this video. If you're not subscribed, then please do hit that sub button. 2-2 draw, says Yash. Chelsea 3-1 Everton. Chelsea will thrash Everton if not for a Rooney show. I think Chelsea is too strong for them, to clashing in style. Peter Casito says Brighton transfers broken down. The guy failed the medical. Whose transfer is that, mate? Wheels are already off for Arsenal, says Shillian. And Ulrich says, I want to see McGregor win just for the chaos in that. I don't, mate. I want to see. I like McGregor. If McGregor's fighting in the UFC, I want him to win. is fighting Money Mayweather, though. Money Mayweather's my guy. Money Mayweather's been my guy since I was like in college, 16, 18. I've followed this guy's career, and I think he's an absolute beast. And it's just been an honor to be able to watch him because he's one of the greatest. So pay homage. But look, if McGregor does it, I'm going to be on here live reacting to it, and I'm going to be looking foolish, but I'll have to take my hat off to him. And regardless of whether McGregor wins or not, the man has pulled off a big, big move. He has got one of the easiest fights when you take into consideration the punishment he takes in a UFC ring compared to the punishment he'll take in a boxing ring. Like, it's not as ruthless. It's more of a, an art form than a really violent sport. Obviously, you get hurt, but this is going to be one of the easiest nights to work for him, even if he loses. And it's going to be the most paid he'll ever get. 10 times, 20 times more than he earns from a UFC fight. So listen, I cannot knock McGregor's hustle. He is a hustler, and he has got himself to this position where he can make obscene amounts of money. And look, people can say what they want, but McGregor, Mayweather are doing it for their kids, are doing it for their families, are doing it for their legacies, and fair play to them. Fair play to them. But I'm TMT all day, just come to recognise. And I'll be on the stream tomorrow with my Money Mayweather team t-shirt on, so you need to watch it. Yes, we got the F1 as well this weekend. I hear Lewis Hamilton did well in practice today, which is great to hear. But anyway, back to the Premier League football stuff. What are we talking about here, guys? We're going to move on now to West Bromwich Albion against Stoke. West Bromwich Albion, one of only 3 teams with a 100% record, 6 points out of 6. And this is what I mean. They're coming into a game now where their fans are going to be going into it thinking, we need to win this. And when they do that, when teams do that, that's when they get shocked. Stoke got a good result against Arsenal, a 1-0 win for them. Fantastic result. So they now come into this. Stoke have not had a bad start to the season. I think they got 4 points out of 6. Have they? Or is it just 3 points out of 6? Either way, it hasn't been a bad start for the season for them in terms of performance-wise, performance level, adding Jesse Rodriguez to the team. And coming up against a West Bromwich Albion side with doubts over Johnny Evans' future. Yes, they have started strongly to the season. They've brought in the likes of Gareth Barry. And you're looking at them. They've got Jay Rodriguez as well, who I think was a great scoop for them. And if West Bromwich Albion can get a result, again, they go into the international window close to 10 points. West Bromwich Albion are one of these sides that have stabilised themselves in the Premier League. But every season you think they could be involved if they're not careful. So again, picking up points nice and early for them can afford them to have a comfortable season. And I wouldn't be surprised if this was a 1-0, 2-0 Stoke. Because Tony Pulis has the ability to do that killer game dead. Bore the fuck out of everyone around and then notch it a header from a corner or something and get a 1-0 win. We know Tony Pulis can do that, and I wouldn't be surprised if he did. But I think this one's maybe a score draw if West Bromwich Albion do not nick it. So it could be a score draw. And then we're going to talk Tottenham against Burnley. So you guys get your score predictions in here for Tottenham against Burnley. Keep your score predictions coming in for that one. And then as soon as we're done with that, we will speak Liverpool against Arsenal with the battle of the Dodgy defences. We will speak Fantasy Premier League. I'll show you my team. I'll show you the transfers I've made. And I'll give you an update on the top of the table. So keep it locked to Adam McKola TV. Keep hitting that like button. Keep hitting that subscribe button. Keep your comments coming in. We're here for a little more time now. We've been live for about 35 minutes. So we've got about 10, 15 more minutes left to go. And then we're doing it all again. 9 p.m. live for the Manchester United against Leicester City preview. So make sure you're locked on to Adam McKola TV for that. Anyway, moving on now. And we are looking at... Right. Tottenham, Burnley. Tottenham at Wembley. Can they get a result at Wembley at last for Tottenham? Can they? Can Pochettino's men do it? I mean, this is a Burnley side that went to Chelsea and got a win 3-2. This is a Burnley side that's going to a Wembley where Tottenham haven't won there. They lost against Chelsea there last week. So if you think, is this how football works? If Burnley beat Chelsea and Chelsea beat Spurs, Burnley are going to beat Spurs. That's not how football works, is it? So, will Tottenham get a victory at Burnley? Will they? John Cat thinks it's going to be 1-1 West Brom and Stoke. Actually, I think it's going to be 2-2 between Liverpool and Arsenal. Hopefully Kane doesn't score this August. What a fun run it is. It's his last chance to score in August. Can he do it? Will he do it? Will Spurs get a win at Wembley? I'm going for another shock, you know. I'm not really. I think Tottenham are going to win. I think Tottenham are going to win. Robbie Jones says Burnley beat Chelsea. Now they're going to Wembley. I'm sure they're loving it in their fantasy. In the English Premier League, you put EPL. I wasn't quite sure what that meant. But oh shit. I need to do something. 1 second, guys. Before the whole stream collapses on me. Oh shit, what's going on here? 1 second. Right, there we go. Apologies, guys. Basically, what had happened is, I had forgotten to plug the laptop in, so the laptop was just about to switch off, and I made sure I got there and made sure that I sorted it out. So, 2-0 Spurs, says Manchester is red. Spurs should buy back Shuai. Manraj knew it was the charger. He knew it was the charger, didn't he? Aman knew it was the charger as well. I'm back now, baby. I'm back. Right. These are my predictions, guys. They're my predictions. Bournemouth 0, Manchester City 2, Crystal Palace 3, Swansea 1, Huddersfield 2, Southampton 1, Newcastle 0, West Ham 1, Watford 2, Brighton 0, Man United 3, Leicester 0, Chelsea 2, Everton 1, West Bromwich Albion 1, Stoke 0, Tottenham 2, Burnley 0. And as you can fucking see, Liverpool 4, Arsenal 2. That is my prediction in the battle of the dodgy fucking defences that they do have. Now I think what's going to cost these guys in the Premier League? What's going to cost them? Liverpool and Arsenal. What's going to cost them a top 4? What's going to cost them a title race? I don't think Arsenal have the capacity to be in a title race. Nor do I think Liverpool have the capacity to be in a title race. But what is going to cost them being in that title race? It's their dodgy fucking defences. Now, what do I think will cost Arsenal at the weekend? Their dodgy fucking defence. I think, without Sanchez, Liverpool will have more goals in them. Look, yes, Arsenal have got Lacazette. Yes, they've got Özil. Yes, whatever. But Liverpool, even without Coutinho, they have a better attack than Arsenal do without Sanchez. And that is that simple. And I think that could be the difference here. Mane's looking like a man possessed, scoring lots of goals. Salah's settled well. You've got Firmino, who's doing well. And I think you look at that Liverpool side and you think they're going to get goals against Arsenal. Can they keep them out at the back? I wouldn't be surprised if this was a 4-4, to be totally honest with you. But I just think Arsenal will have the edge going into this game. Liverpool will have the edge going into this game. And I'm going for a 4-2 to the Liverpool, unfortunately. Yashwant thinks Arsenal will win. Sanchez is back, says Yashwant. Is he going to play? I don't think he is. Salah versus Lacazette. This should be fun, says Vegito. Any score predictions for that Liverpool game, guys? Because that's where I'm going. That's what I think the battle's going to be won with the defences. Whose defence performs better on the day, they will win the game for their team. It is that simple. What I love as well, by the way, guys, we've got 154 people watching. So not the greatest amount we've ever had on Adam McKola TV. We normally have about 5 times that amount. But we've got 145 likes. So 7 of you need to hit it. And we've got the same amount of likes as people watching. Absolutely crazy. You guys are amazing. We've had a little climb in subs as well. We're 16 away from 39,700. We are 316 away from 40k. Adam316 says motherfucking subscribe. Do you like that? Stone Cold Steve Austin is the greatest wrestler of all time, by the way. Let me just tell you that. Anyway, guys, I am now going to disappear. You're going to miss my face for a bit, but you're going to see the table, how the table's looking. You're going to see my team, and you're also going to see the code for Adam McKola's Fancy Premier League. So check it out. There you have it, guys. This is the table. This is the team. And this is my score as well. I've got 142 points. So I am 24 points off top spot. Now, Jamie Smith did initially knock Ospina Colada off the top spot. But John Rogers has seemingly got some bonus points somewhere and managed to pull it back. So now he's level with Jamie Smith. So we've got a joint top 3 here in Ospina Colada, Smith 11, and you don't have a Kalu. Yes, Saranyan Kuganaru, Jamie Smith, and John Rogers are the top 3 at this moment in time. Stevie Wanderers 165, Podkaku 165, so they're not far at all. And I'm in 119th position, but I'm not far behind you guys, and I am coming for you guys. My team to the right of that is, of course, Hugo Lloris, David Luiz, Ashley Williams, Fosu Mensah, Pogba, Ali, Mane, David Silva, Chicharito, Romelu Lukaku, and look who's there, Wayne Rooney. I've brought Wayne Rooney in for Bournemouth, Jermaine Defoe, who seemingly hasn't played much or started many games. So I thought, why keep him there when I can afford to bring Wayne Rooney in for him, and hopefully he'll get a few goals for me. But now that I've put Wayne Rooney in my side, the goals are probably going to dry up for him, which is really, really unfortunate. But anyway, guys, that is it for today. It has been another great episode of Manchester United, the Premier League preview. I will be back on Monday with the Premier League review, and I'll be back tonight with the Manchester United against Leicester City preview. So make sure you join us then. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button as well. Get subscribing. Can this be on 40k? Can it be on 40k by the end of this weekend? Fingers crossed that's happened, and I'll see you at 9 o'clock. Anyway, guys, I have been Adam McKola. I'm out of here.